January is usually considered the worst time at the movies. A genuinely reasonable description that you can call January is sort of the graveyard for movies, and that's for a very particular reason. Growing up, January has always been the month where movie studios and streaming services really just roll the dice and see what they can get out of some of their most random movies. Usually because most studios and streaming services put out their banger movies, the ones that are big franchise features, the ones that they think are going to do really well, make a lot of money, do really well in the reviews in September, October, November, December. That's like one of the biggest times for a lot of movies outside of the summer blockbuster season. And so audiences are tired of 4 months of huge movies, and then comes January. So January has accrued sort of this really negative reputation for movies. Is like, oh, it's a January movie. It must be a January movie. It's some random movie starring this like random actor, and it's a crazy concept or whatever. But honestly, in recent years, we've been getting some real bangers in January. I don't know. To me, it's sort of become a month where cult movies can really shine. And that's what this video is about. This January, I really wanted to take a look at some of the big January movies that are coming out in theaters. Will these fit the description of a January movie? Probably. But are they probably good? I don't know. I haven't seen them yet. Keep watching.
He found me.
First January movie of the month, Primate. This looked awesome. I was really excited to see this. It sounds stupid, and I mean that as a compliment. I saw this at 10:25 on the Friday night it was released. I didn't even mean to see it opening night, but I was really excited to see it, so I just saw it anyways. It was a packed theater with a lot of drunk people, and people thought that they should just talk through the whole movie because, you know, I bought the ticket to see you talk about the movie that I wanted to watch, because that's what I wanted. I want, you're so funny. You're like, it's so insane how funny you are, making comments throughout the entire movie that are so loud that everybody in the theater could hear it, including the guy that asked you to stop talking. It's so funny. Like, it's so funny. I'm so happy I bought a ticket for your comedy show, not for the movie. You know, I bought the ticket to see you. Okay, I'm good. It's a killer monkey movie. Period. There's nothing more that you need. It's great. This movie is like prime January horror movie of just like wild idea, and it's scary, and it really works. This movie from the opening kill really makes sure that you know that like we're not effing around. We're really going for it. We're really going to be bloody, disgusting, gross, and genuinely scary. I was genuinely like tense in the theater. I think my one big qualm with this movie though is with its characters. We get some really interesting characters starting the movie with, and some really interesting dynamics and everybody, including Troy Kotsur, who is an incredible talent, and he won an Academy Award. Not for Primate. I mean, he could. Screw it. Nominate him. But then as soon as the Primate starts getting crazy, Ben, the chimpanzee, as soon as he starts getting crazy, it starts getting vicious, all of those character motivations and connections and all that stuff just drops. These characters from that moment on could literally be anybody. It does not matter. They don't really relate to the plot anymore. They're just bodies to be torn to shreds. And you get the stereotypical like really stupid horror movie decisions, and there's some that you could forgive because you're like, okay, if they're in this situation, maybe they're not thinking of this or they're not thinking of that. But then there's some that you're just like, you know, face palming in the movie theater, just like, you idiot. But like I said, everything other than that is really great. The kills in this movie are really awesome, and they're gory and they're gross. Ben, the chimpanzee, the actor that is inside that suit, hopefully I have like some behind the scenes image that I could show. Wonderful performance, really incredible stuff. And I think my favorite part about this movie, and this might just be a me thing, is that there's this tense Halloween vibe to it. And I'm saying the movie Halloween with Michael Myers. The score for this movie was really notable to me, and it started to remind me of Halloween just because I think it had a synth vibe to it, or maybe just like it had like a weird techno like new age sort of score to it, and it was really cool. And every time like the chimpanzee killed someone, you just saw like this aura shot of it was all awesome. There's even a scene where the chimpanzee's like tearing through a closet door with blinds on it, just like Michael Myers did in his movie. And I don't know. My guess is that the writer or the director of this movie, it was somewhat inspired by Halloween. That's just my guess, though. Oh, also, really random point. I had like a huge prediction of why Ben the chimpanzee goes crazy. Totally wrong. Literally, the first image of this movie is an explanation of what rabies is. And then they just reveal that Ben had rabies, and that's why he went crazy. But what I think is funny is that in the movie, like the dad, Troy Kutzer's character, he's like investigate, like, what's wrong with Ben? Is he okay? And they're like, hey, he's got rabies. And he's like, well, there's not been like a reported case of rabies in Australia ever. Like, what's going on? We never know. It's just that's it. They don't ever continue that plot. Like I said, as soon as the monkey starts killing, it does not matter. It's just a survival thing. The characters don't matter. I had a wonderful time with Primate. Obviously, it's not the greatest movie in the world, but it's amazing. I had such a lovely time in the movie theater despite those people. And I definitely recommend it. If you're a slasher movie fan or a horror movie fan, I think Primate's a great, fun movie to watch with you and your friends or whoever. Go watch it. It's Primate. It's prime great. And I'm excited to see what the next January movie is. Whoosh. What a stupid transition. Hey, it's later in January, and some more movies have come out. Yay. Greenland 2. Actually, let's let you out of the box so that you could be shown to everybody. Greenland 2. I'm not much of a disaster movie person, but disaster movies are perfect in January because, again, it's just kind of a gamble from all the studios. And it stars the wonderful Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler's always got a January movie in his back pocket. Den of Thieves 2, Pantera. I didn't see the first one, so I didn't want to see this one. But also, I'm not much of a disaster movie person, so... Can you even see the microwave? Get in the microwave. A movie that I did see that I thought was really good was Dead Man's Wire.
Just go, keep going straight.
No, I think it's a left up here.
I think I know where I live. God damn it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to focus on
the left here. You're right.
I don't want to talk about it too much just because there's not much to say, to be honest. I just really recommend it. It is from a new studio. I think it's Roque. I think they're a new studio. I could be wrong. It's very similar to like classic 70s thrillers like Dog Day Afternoon. And it's based on a true story. And it's really entertaining. And I think it's got a really creative visual style. And I'm not just talking about the grainy filter. I'm talking about like these weird like jump cuts that they'll do to other scenes or maybe just still images. It almost felt like a documentary in the making. Incredible performances, great story, really great creative style. Really strong creative style. I really enjoyed this one and I definitely recommend it. Now, streaming services usually have a gamble of different movies that they'll release as well. A big one right now that's really popular, I haven't gotten the chance to take a look at it yet, but I think I might, was People We Meet on Vacation. This one looks really cute and I really like the lead actors in it, so maybe I will check it out. But the movie that I did check it out, because it's such a dad movie and I watched it with my dad, The Rip. Surprisingly, really entertaining thriller and mystery. I didn't really watch the trailers for this one. I kind of was just being like, maybe I'll watch Ben Affleck and Matt Damon reunite, or maybe I won't. But they did, and it was awesome. The movie looks really great. It's got a really strong cinematography. The acting is really on top of it. I love everybody in this movie. A team called the TNT team. I don't really know what they do, but they seize like drug money and drugs and stuff like that, and they go to this house to seize drug money, only to find out that it's way bigger than they expected, leading to distrust between the team because they don't know if someone's going to try to steal it. They don't know if somebody's a rat. They don't know if somebody's working for a different organization. They don't know. It's a really tense scene, and it's through the entire movie, and I really enjoyed it. Although I have one critique. Me and my dad felt like this the entire movie. We always didn't know just enough to not understand what's going on and be slightly confused because we didn't know where characters stood morally or even just like in terms of organization. And we also didn't really get what a TNT team did and how they could do what they were doing legally, like just show up to somebody's house in their own cars and then just be like, this is ours now. But with all that confusion understood, it was still entertaining enough to be along for the ride. I might just be stupid because they gave context. They just didn't give enough context for me to be like, oh, that's what's going on. It usually was me being like, hold on, I guess I could, huh? Anyways, back in the closet for you, loser. Uh-oh. I made too much noise. And now 28 years later, Bone Temple's coming out. Whoa! I don't remember if I said Primate was my favorite movie of the year. This is my new favorite movie of the year. I know I've only seen 4, but still. 28 Years Bone Temple picks up right where the first one left off, except goes into a new direction. Spike from his village returns, having just recently been kind of captured by the Jimmies, led by Jack O'Connell, Jimmy Crystal. Ooh, second perfect villain performance in a row. And in this movie, they come across Dr. Ian, Ray Fiennes from the first movie, who's in the midst of discovering a cure for the infected. That is so exciting. And it was super exciting watching it in the movie. And they come across him in the midst of this great discovery, and these two really fascinating characters and storylines in the world of 28 years collides. I don't want to give too much away more than that, but I'll just talk about some of my non-spoilery thoughts from here on out. This movie is just as good as the first one, if not better, because halfway through it, all gas, no brakes. I was so floored. And the ending is perfect too, but I won't get into the ending just yet. Like the story ending and then like the epilogue. I really love the development of Ray Fiennes' character, Dr. Ian, but I also really, really love the development of Samson, that big zombie-looking dude with the big dong.
Where's the dong?
He's played by Chopper Lewis Perry, who I believe is an MMA fighter, and he really deserves recognition for his performance because it is so amazing. It's really strong. These two and Jack O'Connell's Jimmy Crystal, they're my favorite characters in the movie. And the fact that I have 3 that are like tied up there, that just goes to show you. I would absolutely talk like way more about specific details. There's 2 needle drops in this movie that are pure fire. All I'll say is give Nia DaCosta, the director of this movie, billions of dollars to make whatever movie she wants to make next. She's clearly an incredible director. She can do no wrong. No, get back in there. Kevin, what did you do? How did you mess this up, Kevin? Because Nia didn't do it. Yeah, I think with the range of movies that we're getting this January, from like action thriller to rom-com to like sequel franchise movie to killer chimpanzees. This is what January movies are all about. We just get a hodgepodge of just whatever. And I know whatever we're going to get next is absolutely fire. I actually haven't seen it. There's a snowstorm.
Get me out of here!
When I heard that Mercy was coming out in January, I knew it was going to be prime January movie material. And I was really excited to see it, but as you can see, for the final week of January, my area is kind of dealing with a spooky snowstorm. But I still wanted to mention it because it is important to mention movies, even though I initially planned on seeing them, but now I can't, which is okay. I'll probably see it by the time this video comes out, whether before this video comes out, but I don't have enough time to edit it in, or in February. But the movie is led by Chris Pratt, and he, from what I can understand, he's like a lawyer or a prosecutor or a cop person thing, and he created this AI judicial system that gives you 90 minutes to prove that you're guilty or innocent, and if you're guilty, you get put to death. It's kind of an interesting concept, and I love Rebecca Ferguson. Never enough. Never, never, never. And I got to tell you, when I saw the Rotten Tomato scores, it floored me even more. Is this spooky lighting? Should I turn on like more lights so I don't look as intimidating? But from what I heard about Mercy, from the reviews, even though the Rotten Tomato scores were bad, I wasn't like anticipating a lot. I'm not expecting a lot when I finally see it. But I am nervous about what I've heard, which are the reviews, which relate to the movie being very pro-cop, pro-AI, and it is made by Amazon. I know that Amazon's like $1 billion company run by Jeff Bezos, but it's not like we should be expecting like more propaganda, you know, pumped out by this company, because it's a genuine. There's creatives behind these things. There's smart people. There's people that enjoy film and the industry. I don't think that that's something that we should start expecting from Amazon. What the is that? Oh. And we've reached the end of January 2026. It flew by fast. I feel like I'm going to die next year because of how... Hopefully that's not foreshadowing. I just mean time's moving fast. Anyways, maybe Ferris Bueller was a little bit more eloquent with that. Again, the snowstorms really stopped me from seeing any other January movies, but I should say that... Oh, well, before I get to the big one, I wanted to hit on... 2, I think, came out. You've got, I'll get out of the way so you can give some room. Dracula, a retelling of Dracula hitting the theaters in January. That's really cool. You also have Shelter, a Jason Statham movie, just like Gerard Butler with Greenland 2. Jason Statham has always got a really solid January action flick. Heck yeah. And this one's really cool because my movie theater, I work at a movie theater, and we weren't supposed to get this one just because it was a small movie, it was an indie movie, it was an indie startup, but fans were so excited to see it that it became popular enough that it went to more theaters across America. Markiplier's Iron Lung. I am really excited to see this movie, even though I don't really care about the subject matter. I love the people that made it. I love that they made something they're passionate about, and I love horror, so I'm really excited. Also forgot to mention Return to Silent Hill. I'm not a Silent Hill fan. I'm not really interested in the movie, but that's really cool for fans of those movies and the games, because apparently the same director from the other movies did this one too, so have fun. But the big one that I was always looking forward to, even since last year, was the return of the king, Sam Raimi, to the horror film genre. Send help.
I don't think we should ever leave.
Two incredible actors, Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, star in a crossover between Mercy... Oh my god, I got Mercy on the brain. Misery. Stupid. It looks like a crossover between Misery and... what's that Tom Hanks one? How am I forgetting it? Who cares? And it looks really good. I'm very excited to see it. Yeah, I mean, that's all I could really say about it because I haven't seen it. I'm going to see it. I just haven't seen it yet. But that wraps up the January movies, or at least the ones that I noticed. This month, like most Januaries, in my opinion, has been a really great pool of movies. Yeah, they're not Oscar winners. They're not like huge franchise features. But hey, you get a like gamble hodgepodge of creativity and art, ranging from stupid, crazy slashers that are bloody and so fun to watch at 10 p.m. to these like thought-provoking existential features, to biographical, 70s hostage thrillers, to cute rom-coms, to crime intense thrillers, to documentaries about garbage people. We just have such a great range of incredible movies this January, and I really hope that you take advantage of them if you're interested in any of them at all. And if you're not, that's okay. I appreciate that you've watched this far in the video, and I'm very excited to see what we get next January, and the January after that, and the January after that. I know that the reputation in film communities and by film bros is that January is the time of the month where they just kind of drop everything, and yeah, that's true. But some of that stuff's still really great. And thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you're staying safe and staying warm this January. And I do have a video coming out tomorrow, so I'll see you then. But still, because this is just what I like to say at the end of my videos, I'll see you next time. Oh, one more thing. My arm's stuck. That's right. The end of this video is the beginning of this video. It was me, Austin. It was me all along. I bet you're shocked. Anyway, see ya.